In the silent expanse of eternity, before the first light pierced the darkness, there stood a being beside Yahweh, a figure woven from light, their very essence the harmony of the cosmos. This companion, whose presence sang with the morning stars, had a name once etched into the chronicles of heaven, a name so profound it resonated across the heavens themselves. Yet this name, this light-bearing companion, was mysteriously erased, cast into the shadows of forgotten scrolls. Why? Why was their name stripped from the annals of eternity, wiped from the pages of divine history? Could it be that a great secret has been hidden from us for millennia? A secret buried beneath layers of divine decrees, whispers of rebellion, and the silence of a grieving cosmos? What truth lies beneath this celestial loss? In this video, we will unravel the mystery of the companion who stood beside Yahweh, only to be erased from the very fabric of creation. Together, we will explore why this celestial figure, once a key part of the divine order, was cast aside. We will discover how this hidden truth affects the very harmony of the universe and what lessons it holds for us today. The sorrow of their name being stripped is more than just a celestial event. It is a reflection of deeper spiritual truths that we are only beginning to uncover. What does this forgotten story teach us about divine harmony, rebellion, and the mysteries that still await their revelation? Is this a tale of loss, or a call for us to seek the light that still waits in the shadows? Stay with me as we dive deep into this enigma, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's share this journey of discovery together and explore the ancient wisdom hidden just beyond the veil. What do you think is the real reason behind this cosmic erasure? Comment below. I would love to hear your thoughts. In the beginning, the cosmos was a masterpiece of divine order, woven with threads of perfect harmony. Yahweh, the creator of all things, stood at the center of it all, and beside him, a being of unimaginable light and beauty. Together, they sang with the morning stars, the first chorus of creation echoing through the vastness of the universe. There was no dissonance, no shadow of fear or sorrow, only the purest of harmonies, the divine melody that shaped the heavens. It was a time when the very fabric of existence was untouched by chaos, when the celestial spheres danced in perfect unity, guided by a rhythm that flowed from the heart of the Almighty. This was the moment of divine perfection, the moment when the universe was born from the voice of Yahweh, a voice so powerful that it could shape galaxies, breathe life into stars, and bring forth every living thing. Every created being, from the smallest atom to the largest celestial body, was part of this symphony, each playing its role with unparalleled grace. The companion who stood beside Yahweh was not just a witness to this creation. They were a part of it, an integral note in the cosmic song. Their light was woven from the very essence of creation, radiant and pure, reflecting the boundless love and beauty of the Creator. In this divine unity, there was no conflict, no division. It was a state of perfect peace, the kind that every soul longs for, but rarely finds in the chaos of life. The universe, in its infancy, was a picture of harmony, a fleeting moment when all things were as they should be. There was no need for questions, no desire for answers. The beauty of the cosmos spoke for itself. Every star that lit the night sky, every burst of color in the heavens, was a testament to the wisdom and glory of Yahweh. But like all things that are born from perfection, there was a subtle, almost imperceptible shift in the air. A ripple, faint and fragile, passed through the cosmos. At first it was so small, so distant, that no one could have imagined the profound consequences it would bring. The celestial harmony that had once resonated so clearly began to tremble, as if something was subtly disrupting the sacred balance. This was the first sign, the first flicker of dissonance. It was in the heart of this companion that the change began. For as perfect as their existence was, there came a moment when the perfect harmony of creation no longer satisfied the depths of their being. This moment was not marked by any visible catastrophe, no thunderous noise or blinding flash of light. It was something far quieter, a whisper that stirred within, a yearning that no one could see but everyone could feel. The desire for something more, something beyond the perfection of creation, began to take root. And so, the first signs of rebellion began, not in the actions of a single being, but in the quiet stirring of desire. The companion, whose name once echoed through the halls of heaven, began to feel a tension, a pull toward something else. Perhaps it was a hunger for more power, more knowledge, or simply a desire to carve out a place of their own in the vast expanse of the cosmos. Whatever it was a break from the divine unity that had once existed. The beauty of creation, once enough, now seemed limiting, like a song that needed more than just its first note. This feeling of dissonance, though subtle, began to grow, spreading like a shadow across the heart of creation. The companion, once a part of the divine harmony, now found themselves standing at the edge of something they could not fully understand. It was not an outright rebellion at first, not a declaration of war against Yahweh. No, it was much quieter than that. It was an internal struggle, a battle between the desire for unity and the longing for individuality. In that space of tension, the seed of rebellion was planted, and as that seed took root, the very fabric of the cosmos began to change. The music that had once filled the heavens with joy now began to falter. The stars that had once danced in perfect synchrony now seemed to move out of time, their rhythm no longer in perfect harmony with the Creator. It was a subtle shift, but it was enough to begin unraveling the perfection that had been established. The companion, caught in this tension, began to move further from the light that had once guided them. Their steps were no longer in time with the divine song, and with each step, the dissonance grew. This was the moment when the companion's name, once radiant and powerful, began to fade. The light that had once shone so brightly now flickered, a sign of the fracture within the harmony of the cosmos. It was as if their name itself had become a reminder of something lost, a light that could no longer be sustained by the growing shadow within. And so, in an act of divine sorrow, the name was erased. The companion was cast out from the chronicles of heaven, their identity now a mystery hidden in the folds of eternity. The universe wept as the music of creation faltered, the once perfect harmony now broken. The stars, which had once sung together in perfect unity, now seemed to mourn the loss of that harmony. The universe, once a symphony, now felt incomplete. The companion whose name had once echoed through the heavens was now lost to the ages, their light extinguished, their presence forgotten. The divine harmony, which had once been the heartbeat of creation, now felt distant, as though the music itself had been silenced. But even in this moment of sorrow, there was a glimmer of hope. The shadow that had crept into the heart of the companion did not consume everything. Though the name was erased, though the companion was lost to the annals of heaven, the invitation to seek the lost truth remained. The companion's memory, though veiled in mystery, still lingered in the silent spaces of the cosmos, a reminder of the beauty that had once been, and the hope that still awaited its revelation. This story, though one of sorrow and loss, is not just about a fall from grace. It is about the longing for something greater, the desire for individuality that can sometimes pull us away from the perfect unity that surrounds us. It is a story that resonates with all of us, for we too feel the tension between the desire for harmony and the longing for something more. We too know what it is to be caught in that space where the music of life falters and the path ahead is unclear. Yet in that uncertainty there is still hope, for the truth that was lost is not gone forever. It waits, hidden beneath the surface, ready to be revealed when the time is right. And so, as we look at the story of the companion who stood beside Yahweh, we are reminded that even in our moments of doubt and dissonance, there is still the possibility of redemption, of reconciliation with the divine harmony that surrounds us. Just as the music of the cosmos was once restored, so too can the harmony of our own lives be healed if we choose to seek it. And so we continue on our journey, listening for the faintest note of the divine song, knowing that one day the music will once again fill our hearts and our lives with its perfect healing melody. The moment arrived when the companion, once a shining figure of light, was cast from the chronicles of heaven, their name erased from the sacred records, as if it had never existed at all. A profound sorrow echoed through the heavens, an unbearable silence that filled the cosmos with a sense of loss too deep for words. The divine order, which had once flourished in perfect harmony, now trembled. The stars, those silent witnesses to the celestial dance, seemed to weep. Their light, once radiant and unbroken, flickered, as if mourning the loss of a part of their own being, a part of the divine symphony. What was this erasure of a name? What does it mean when something so fundamental to the creation of the universe is removed, erased from the very fabric of existence? Was it an act of divine justice or sorrow, an attempt to erase a rebellion that threatened the balance of creation? Or was it something deeper, a reminder of a cosmic sorrow that could never be fully understood by the minds of men? The heavens, once full of music and light, fell silent as the name of the companion faded from the divine chronicle. And with that silence, something greater was lost. Not just the name of a single being, but a part of the divine harmony itself. This erasure did not just affect the companion, it was a wound to the very heart of the cosmos, a wound that would never fully heal. How could it? When something so pure, so integral to the divine plan was taken away, how could the harmony of the heavens remain unchanged? The divine order itself seemed to mourn, and the silence that followed was deafening. It was as if the music that had once filled the heavens had been stilled, as if the very rhythm of creation had been broken. In the wake of this sorrow, there remained an emptiness, a lingering question that hung in the air like a cloud. What had happened to the companion? Where had they gone? Why had their name been erased? And perhaps most importantly, what was the meaning of this loss? Was there a greater plan at work? Something beyond human understanding? Or was this simply the tragic consequence of a rebellion that had been too great for the heavens to bear? As the heavens wept for the lost companion, there arose a quiet call, an invitation for those willing to seek the truth behind this cosmic mystery. Beneath the veil of silence there was a promise. The truth, though hidden for a time, would one day be revealed. The whispers of forgotten scrolls, the ancient prophecies, spoke of a time when the veil would tremble and the secrets of the cosmos would be uncovered. The name that had been erased would be restored, and the truth of the companion's fall would be made known. But for now, the heavens remained silent, and the search for the truth was left to those who would dare to look beyond the surface. What did the removal of the companion's name mean for the universe? What lessons could be learned from this tragedy, this cosmic loss? Was there more to this story than met the eye? For those who were willing to look deeper, the invitation was clear. Seek the truth, even when it is hidden in the shadows. In every generation, there have been those who sought the truth, who dared to look beyond the veil of mystery and uncover the secrets hidden beneath the surface. These seekers of truth, these children of light, have always understood that the answers to the greatest questions lie not in the obvious or the easily accessible, but in the places where the light is dim and the truth is veiled. The mystery of the companion's erasure is no different. To understand it, we must be willing to look beyond the surface, to dig deep into the shadows of the cosmos and search for the answers that lie hidden there. The story of the companion, though tragic, is also a story of hope. For in every loss there is the possibility of redemption, and in every shadow there is the promise of light. The name that was erased will one day be restored, and the truth that was hidden will one day be revealed. The companion's fall is not the end of the story. It is merely a chapter in a much larger narrative, one that is still unfolding, one that speaks of the ultimate restoration of all things. And so the invitation remains. Seek the truth, even when it is hidden. Look beyond the surface, dig deep into the mysteries of the universe, and find the answers that lie waiting to be discovered. The heavens may weep, but there is still hope, still light, still the promise of redemption. For as long as we continue to search, the truth will one day be revealed, and the name that was lost will once again be restored to its rightful place in the divine chronicle. The story of the companion teaches us a profound lesson. Sometimes the truth is hidden, sometimes it is veiled from our eyes, but that does not mean it is lost forever. We must be patient, we must seek, and we must trust that in the fullness of time, the mysteries of the cosmos will be revealed. For in every story of loss, there is the potential for greater understanding, and in every shadow, there is the promise of light. The invitation is there. Will you take the step to uncover the hidden truth? Will you seek the light, even in the darkness? For the journey of discovery is not just about uncovering what has been lost. It is about finding the greater truths that lie beneath the surface, waiting to be revealed. The silence of eternity was not only the consequence of a name erased, but also the lingering question, when will the hidden truth finally emerge from the shadows? This question, though simple in its form, holds the weight of the cosmos. For as the heavens wept, their grief was not only for the lost companion, but for the divine secret that lay veiled beneath the silence of the ages. The question that echoes through the heavens and into the hearts of humanity is one we all ponder at some point in our lives. When will the truth be revealed? It is a question that transcends time, a cry for clarity, for understanding. We find ourselves often searching for the truth, not just about the world, but about our very existence, our purpose in this vast and mysterious universe. The loss of the companion's name left a hole in the celestial story. But in that emptiness, there is an invitation for us to search, to seek what has been hidden and what has yet to be fully understood. The divine orchestration of life does not leave us in the dark forever. It calls us to look deeper, to trust that in time all things will be revealed. In the scriptures, we are reminded that there is a time for everything, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to weep and a time to laugh. But there is also a time to unveil the truth. The cosmic story of the companion's fall is not an isolated event. It speaks to the eternal dance between light and darkness, between understanding and mystery, between the known and the unknown. Just as creation unfolded in perfect harmony, so too will the truth emerge in its perfect time. There is a divine wisdom that underlies this cosmic mystery, a wisdom that invites us to trust in the process of revelation. The companion's name may have been erased, but the story is far from over. In the silence, in the waiting, there is hope. The truth, though hidden, is not lost. It waits for the appointed moment to be revealed, and when it is, it will illuminate the cosmos, bringing understanding and healing where there once was grief. Think of the moments in your own life when you have sought answers to questions that seem too big, too mysterious, or too elusive. How many times have you felt that longing for understanding, that yearning for clarity? Perhaps like the companion, there are parts of your own life, your own story, that remain hidden, pieces of truth that have yet to be uncovered. But just as the divine plan is unfolding, so too is your story. The truth will be revealed, and when it is, it will bring peace to the soul, just as the cosmic harmony will one day be restored. There is a profound lesson in this mystery. Sometimes the truth is not meant to be known in the moment we seek it. We are called to trust in the divine timing, to understand that the revelations we seek may not come when we expect them, but at the moment when we are ready to receive them. The hidden truth of the companion's name will be restored, but perhaps it is not yet the time. Just as there is a season for everything under the sun, there is a season for revelation. We live in a world filled with mysteries, many of which seem to elude us. The truth of the companion's fall is just one of many stories that have yet to be fully understood. But in that waiting, there is an invitation to trust that the veil will one day lift, that the darkness will give way to the light. This is the hope that we carry, the belief that even in the darkest moments, the truth is not far behind, waiting to be revealed in its own time. There are many who, in their search for truth, have come across obstacles, doubts, and fears. But the journey toward understanding is not always easy, nor is it always immediate. It is a process, a walk through the unknown, a journey that requires patience, trust, and faith. The truth is not always visible in the moment. It often requires a willingness to seek, to ask the difficult questions, and to sit with the uncertainty until the answer comes. In the scriptures, we are reminded time and again that we are not meant to walk this journey alone. We are given companions, both seen and unseen, to help guide us along the way. Just as the companion once stood beside Yahweh, we too are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses, a community of souls who have walked this path before us. And just as the companion's story is a part of the larger divine narrative, so too is our story a part of the grand design. The question of when the truth will be revealed is not simply about the cosmic mystery of the companion's name, it is also about our own journey. When will the truth of our lives, our purpose, our place in this vast universe, be fully understood? When will the light shine on the paths we have walked, and we will finally see the full picture of our lives? Perhaps, just as the companion's story is ongoing, so too is our own story still unfolding. The truth of our lives is hidden not in the shadows, but in the waiting, in the quiet moments of reflection and growth. We may not see the full picture now, but in time it will be revealed. And when it is, it will be as beautiful as the first light of creation, a truth that is both healing and whole. So, when will the truth be revealed? When we are ready to see it. When we have walked through the shadow and are ready to step into the light. The truth will not remain hidden forever. Just as the companion's name will one day be restored, so too will the mysteries of our own lives be unveiled. It is not a question of if, but when. And when that moment comes, it will bring with it the peace and understanding that we have long sought, filling the universe with the light of revelation. Until that moment comes, we are called to trust in the process, to trust in the divine timing, and to continue our search for the truth, knowing that it will one day be revealed. Just as the companion once stood beside Yahweh, so too do we stand on the edge of discovery, waiting for the moment when the veil is lifted and the truth is made clear. The journey may be long, but the truth is always worth the wait. And in the waiting, we find that the greatest revelation is not just about the answers we seek, but about the peace and healing we discover along the way. As we come to the end of this journey through the vast and mysterious cosmos, I invite you to take a moment to reflect on the profound story we've shared, the story of the companion, the one who stood beside Yahweh, only to have their name erased from the heavenly records. It is a tale of beauty, sorrow, rebellion, and hope, a story that mirrors our own experiences of longing, searching, and waiting for answers that sometimes seem just out of reach. In the quiet spaces between the stars, in the echoes of forgotten names, there lies a profound truth. Even in the deepest shadows, there is a light waiting to be discovered. The companion story, though veiled in mystery, is not one of complete loss. It is a reminder that even when we feel forgotten, erased, or unseen, there is always a purpose, a plan, unfolding behind the scenes. Just as the companion's name will one day be restored, so too will the truth of our lives be revealed when the time is right. This is the beauty of divine timing, a lesson that we can all take to heart. It may feel as though the answers we seek are distant or elusive, but like the stars that silently witness the passage of time, the truth is always there, waiting to shine through the darkness. We are all part of a greater story, a story that is still being written, both in the heavens and in our hearts. And as we seek the light, as we continue to search for the deeper meaning of our lives, we are reminded that the truth will never remain hidden forever. As we move forward, let us carry this hope with us, that even in the moments of deepest sorrow, there is a promise of restoration, of healing, and of revelation. Just as the companion story will one day be fully known, so too will our own lives be illuminated with the light of understanding. Until that day comes, we walk by faith, trusting in the divine timing and knowing that, in the end, all things will be made right. If you have found comfort in this video, if the story of the companion and the promise of revelation have resonated with your soul, I invite you to show your support. Every like, every comment, and every subscription helps to spread this message of hope and healing to others. If you feel that this message has brought light into your life, or helped you find peace in a time of uncertainty, your support would mean the world to me. It allows me to continue sharing these words, to continue exploring the mysteries of the divine, and to keep shining a light in the darkness. I truly believe that we are all part of this divine journey together. We may not have all the answers right now, but together we can continue to search, to seek, and to find the truths that have been hidden for so long. Your support, no matter how small, is a blessing to me and to this community. It is through your engagement, your encouragement, and your presence that this channel can continue to grow and reach more hearts with these messages of hope. If this video has touched you, if it has helped you find a moment of peace, or if it has opened your heart to new possibilities, I would be so grateful if you would consider supporting this work. Whether through a simple like, a thoughtful comment, or by subscribing to this channel, your contribution helps bring these stories to life. And together, we can continue to spread the light of truth, love, and healing across the world. Thank you, from the depths of my heart, for being part of this journey. Thank you for walking with me through the shadows, and thank you for helping to shine the light that will one day lead us all home. May the peace that surpasses all understanding fill your heart, and may the light of truth guide you on your path.